So now let's remove this console.log tag, and now over here inside this URL tag, let's remove the email from the URL. Okay, so now this is the email which we will be entering. Okay, so over here now after clicking a particular button, now we want to get the value of the email which the user has entered. Okay, so now in order to get that, the value will be present inside this particular text area. So in order to get the value of this particular text area, we have to give it an ID. Okay, so this text area is having an ID of HTML email. Okay, so essentially this particular text area is now identified by the name HTML email. So now we want to get the value from this particular text area. So to do that, we will again be using a method given by the browser. So over here we have var email, so email value. So now email value is document. So essentially any new HTML tag or any HTML website is always present inside a variable called document. Okay, so over here we have document dot. Now we want to get a particular text area element. So over here we have document dot get element by ID. Okay, so now we want to get a particular element by its ID, and now the ID which we will be passing in over here is this particular ID. Okay, so the ID is HTML-email. Okay, so now let's just print out the value of this particular variable called email value. So we have console.log, and inside console.log now we have email value. Okay, so now let's go back to our website. Let's click refresh. So now let's type in something over here and let's click on submit email. Okay, so over here as you can see, the variable which we are getting is a text area. Okay, so with this we have created a text area, we have accepted user input, and now we are displaying the text area as the variable, but essentially we want the content inside this particular text area. Okay, so now to get the value of some content inside this particular text area, now we want to use a new method called dot value. So over here we have dot value. Okay, so now let's again go back. Let's click refresh and let's type in something and let's click enter. So over here the value that we are entering is displayed over here. So now let's again change it to some different text. Let's again click. So now we have a different value. So now we can enter an email over here which says abc@def.com. Okay, so let's click submit email. So over here we have abc.def.com. So with this we want to check if this particular email is valid or not. Okay, so with that let's again go back to the HTML program, and over here after this now we have, let's simply type in dot value after this. So instead of typing in the value here, we directly get the email value. So the evaluation of this entire command will just give us the content inside this particular text area. Okay, so with this, after getting the email value, now we want to add this email value to the URL, because we want to make the URL so that it is email equal to, and then we have some email over here. So essentially we add the value of email to this particular URL. Okay, so essentially over here Now we have var my URL, and this is equal to the original URL, and then we have plus, and now we have email value. Okay, so essentially with this we have created a URL, and this is the base URL where we have question mark email is equal to, and then we are assigning a value which is based on the value which the user has entered. Okay, so now after this, let's make a request using this particular URL. So now in order to make a request, let's first type in console.log, and now inside console.log you want to make a request which says get URL, and inside get URL we pass in the name of this particular URL. So over here we have my URL. Okay, so with this let's save everything, and over here let's refresh. So now let's enter some invalid text. Let's click on submit email, and over here as you can see we have email status, email is invalid. Now let's enter some valid text which says abc@daf.com, and now if you click enter, this is when we see that the email is valid. And essentially now let's understand what everything or what heavy computation is happening behind the resource. Okay, so essentially we have made a request on the front end. This request is given to the particular HTML page. This HTML page is then making a request back to the Cloud function, and with this we are getting some output from the Cloud function. So with this we have completed a very simple project